folks to join on here. While we wait, I'm going to turn on our Eagle News for a few minutes. What initially made you want to join mock trial?
I kind of wanted to get a sense of what it's like to be a lawyer and kind of get an idea of the legal stuff so I can be prepared. Well, my mom told me that I should join it. It's new program in school and we're going to get my freshman year.
Everybody turn your.
What's your favorite part of
My favorite part of my child is probably and all your hard work paying off at the end of the college. Getting to go to the courthouse and meet those different schools is really a cool opportunity to make some connections.
What would you say to somebody who wants to join mock trial but isn't 100% sure?
I would say that it does get pretty hard sometimes.
Hi folks, thanks for joining us. We're just watching this for a few minutes while we get some more folks online.
With all the absences, with being out, practicing, but it's all worth it in the end.
I think people should try it out. You know, it can be a hard experience to start, and it's a lot of work, but I think it's really rewarding in the end.
Okay. And what's the most difficult part?
I think the most difficult part is the work, like especially when you're a lawyer and you're writing all these questions, writing your opening statement, your closing statement, and speaking in front of people if you're in competition, and being like saying it in front of different people really just it can get kind of hard. It's hard for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us tonight for our town hall. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, but we're delighted to be with everyone tonight. I'm just going to check with folks in the room. Is everything streaming right? Any vocal issues? We're good. Okay. All right. Well, let me get moving. Okay. So, first, we're going to turn the time over to Eddie Leitner. Mr. Leitner is the manager for our Kids on Campus After School program. He's going to provide us with an update on what's going on in his program, as well as upcoming summer opportunities for students throughout the summer. So with that, Mr. Leitner, if you want to pull up here and join me.
All right. All right.
There you go, yeah.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Eddie Leitner. I am the program coordinator for Belpre High School Kids on Campus. Kids on Campus is a grant-funded program. We work with Ohio University in rural communities throughout Southeast Ohio. We offer the chance for children and families to reach their full potential through educational and recreational activities. We offer homework help as well as a chance for exciting clubs. We are in year 2 at Belpre High School. We operate from 3 to 6, Monday through Thursday. And we are in year 1 at Belpre Elementary. We are Monday through Friday there, 2:45 to 5:45 p.m. We are also offering a summer camp. The summer camp is from July 12th to, June 12th to July 14th. I also want to mention that everything is free for the program. We will not ask you to pay anything. We are looking for volunteers and workers if you would like to be a part of Kids on Campus. Please go to www.ohio.edu/kids. Hope to hear from you.
All right, so it sounds like you're looking for some employees maybe, and then also for summer, there's an opportunity for sounds like almost a month of summer camp.
Yes, we have a month of summer camp. So I also want to mention that applications are available in both main offices. You have to fill out 2 separate applications, one for the after-school program and one for the summer camp.
Is transportation provided for those?
Transportation is provided. We are planning to do 2 pickup points, one at the high school and one at the elementary.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Leitner. We, at the end of the program, we'll have a chance for questions. So if you have questions, just drop them in the chat, and folks will record those, and we'll make sure that we have those answered for you at the end of the program. But very excited and grateful for the partnership with Kids on Campus, and you know, it's a wonderful opportunity for students to get extra homework help at night, and then of course over the summer to get some enrichment for folks at no expense to the family. So thank you. With that, Mr. Shad, I'll invite you to come over and provide us with an athletic update. For folks that haven't met Mr. Shad yet, he is. I mean, you're not super new, but kind of new, you know,
Yeah.
serving as assistant principal and athletic director at Belpre High School. So with that, take it away, sir. Give us an update.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for Belpre Athletics right now. Recent conclusion of winter sports, all the boys basketball team just fall to the number 4 seed, North Adams. They finished the year 14-10.
In overtime.
In
right?
overtime, it was
Yeah.
a very, very close game. Coach Laser is excited about the team moving forward. The girls' team finished a couple weeks ago. Their record ended up at 4-9, a tough tournament loss to South Point earlier in the month. With Coach Fennell stepping down at the end of the season, that search is actually going to begin soon, hopefully in the next couple months. The wrestling team also had a competitive year. 3 or 4 year hiatus from that program. We returned this year. Turn our locker room back into the wrestling room. Coach Gibson's taken the off season to recruit, build interest in the program, because they had an up and down year. But
A strong middle school team. from
very
what I
strong
hear.
middle school, and gaining interest in the
great.
high school program. Track, baseball, and softball all in full swing. Practice began for them early last week. Scrimmages are right around the corner. It seems like spring sports move at warp speed, so these games and meets are going to be here before we know it. Last board meeting, we hired a new football coach, Mr. Kevin Welsh. He's been coaching for 35 years plus, probably almost closer to 40, as an assistant and a head coach. He was recently at River and Fort Fry as assistants, had a lot to do with their success in those programs. And I think it's worthy to note the majority of our coaches are actually new hires to the district within the last couple of years. I think that's an important part of building what we want and moving toward our goal of success. Also, a lot of updates to facilities and services, some new things we're doing. We redid the siding of the press box over the summer. New signage on that is coming soon. We're really excited about that. We got new flooring and rugs in the gym lobby. They look terrific. New track project starting. We also launched streaming services. So Belpre Athletics has a YouTube page as well. Everything that is either in the gym or on the football field will be streamed on our YouTube page. A lot of viewers this past basketball season. That was our first season, and it's really important to us because if someone can't physically be at the game, we don't want that to hinder them. We want them to have an opportunity to watch, and that's what YouTube does for us. Like we said earlier, really excited about the direction of the department. All of our programs are moving in the right direction. We're not as good as we can be, but we're getting better every day. Schedules for spring are online on the website, and that's pretty much all I have.
All right, super.
So, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, for folks that are watching us online, if you have a question for Mr. Shad or anything as it comes up, just again note it there in the comments, and we'll make sure we provide answers. Mr. Shad, just mentioned I want to provide families with an update on some upcoming campus construction projects. First, the Belpre High School track project is actually going to break ground next month on March 13th. We anticipate that will be ongoing throughout the summer and will be ready for the fall 2023 schedule. We have to start now in order to make sure that we have the appropriate time to put in the track, to cure it, put in the surface, and be ready to roll in the fall season. So we apologize for the interruption to campus operations now, but it was necessary in order to make sure we hit our timelines and goals for the fall season. As part of that, parents need to be aware that the parking lot between Lawton and High School campus will be off limits during construction. That will serve as a staging area, so I know students frequently flow between buildings and through that area, but given the construction, we'll need to have that to serve as a staging area. Also, as an update, we are currently in the process of planning to demo and abate the old elementary building there across from Lawton. Thanks to a generous grant from the state of Ohio through the Washington County Port Authority, we are able to have this important project done. So We don't anticipate much of an interruption to campus operations during the school year, but during the summer, that part of campus will be unavailable to families. So looking forward to these important projects. The track has served us for many years, but given its wear and tear, it's necessary that this project move forward. Families, you'll be getting an email later tonight with some additional FAQs to your inbox. Also want to announce a new student absence reporting form. So right now, if you need to report a student absence, you call into the school buildings in the morning, and we've received feedback from folks that process isn't as functional as folks would like. So in order to try to cut down on those call volumes and to provide enhanced service, we now have an online option. So this is a screenshot from our website, where right on the main page on the right side, you can log in from your phone or from your computer, and you can report a student absence just directly on your phone. So looking forward to that functionality, and we'll also send a link out to families via email so that folks can, instead of having to call into the buildings, can take care of that online. A couple of coming attractions that we want folks to be aware of. First, Emma, a pop musical, will be performed this year at Belpre High School. The dates of that show are April 21st to the 22nd of 2023, and tickets will go on sale April 1st. So we had a wonderful 150th anniversary show last year where students and alumni came together to provide a really entertaining night, and we are looking forward to what the students come up with this year for Emma. At the same time, Belpre High School is also going to host a robotics competition. This is our first opportunity to do something like that. It was going to be May 16th of 2023. We'll have more details to follow on that, but we wanted to make sure folks were aware that that's happening and that we open to the public. As we've engaged with stakeholders over the last year, a common piece of feedback that we've received is that as a district, we need to offer more vocational and STEM course offerings. We have heard that loud and clear, and look forward to hosting this robotics competition to jumpstart a number of new curricular offerings next year at Belpre. Did I lose feed here? There we go. At Belpre. In order to try to provide more focus and support to STEM and career options, we've hired Jamie Erb, who has served with us for many, many years, to serve as a STEM and career expert and director of that. And then Ms. Debbie Edgar is also offering some new electives as part of that as well. So I'll turn the time over to them for a few minutes and just provide us a little bit of detail around their vision for that offering. Ms. Edgar?
Thank you, Jeff. Mr. Newman, come on over, Junior. So, we have started collaborating together to work on providing a STEM program. Jamie came up to the high school this year in the fall, and she quickly saw that there was a big need for that. So we started brainstorming what are some ways that we can get some more vocational and STEM into the school. So we've come up with, I think, 14, between us and some other teachers, 14 new electives that are almost all STEM related. Mine are more, I'll be doing a junior high robotics, Lego robotics class. I have a current personal and professional development class, which is a business class, and it's going to I'll be working through the Believe Ohio program to make that a more business plan focused program. And I'm actually adding taste and textiles, which is a cooking and sewing and weaving and paper making kind of class. So excited about that.
In your outdoor drones?
Oh yeah, and I'll be also, last year I was able, through the PASS Foundation, a grant, get my commercial outdoor drone pilot's license. So I'll be teaching class in that as well. And the students will be able to take a test and certify in that at the end of the program.
And I am actually going to be having a career explorations class that will focus on just trying to get students figuring out the pathway that they want to go in and try to help them develop some job-related skills. We'll be building resumes and working on mock interviews and how you conduct yourself in a place of work and how do you dress, and just some job skills that we want to focus on. And we're working on partnering with some area businesses for students to be able to have paid internships to get some practice in that. And then we'll be having a 3D printing class that is going to give kids the opportunity to learn some AutoCAD 3D modeling software, and they will have an opportunity to work in SolidWorks, which they can get a certification in that. And then we're going to have robotics and indoor drones. So there's lots of cool, fun STEM things that are happening, and the kids are excited about it. And we've just been listening to them, and these are the things that they're very interested in. So we're excited about it and happy to have a STEM lab set up next year. And we want to also collaborate with the elementary school and get them on board and have them come up and work on projects and get things 3D printed, anything that they want to do at our STEM lab as well.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for your time tonight, for all the work you've done. Yeah, it's really exciting to have legs be put up on this, and I appreciate so much their time and expertise in setting this up. You know, vocational course offerings today, it's far from the bird boxes that we grew up making. It's robotics, it's 3D printing, it's CAD design, all of the wonderful things that are going into this new STEM lab, which will also be grant funded at no expense to the taxpayer through the generous offering of grants. So we're very, very excited about that, and look forward to seeing what students create and tinker in the labs ahead. So I believe with that is the slide portions of our presentation, and would be happy to take any questions that folks may have out there.
Sure, Mr. Greenlee.
Yeah.
We have one question tonight, and it is a question about the track being worked on, and it's also dealing with graduation. So where will graduation be held this year if you're going to be doing construction on the track?
Yeah, so graduation, I believe our intent is to have it outdoors. The kids like to have it outdoors. We like to have it outdoors. But given the construction this year on the track, it will have to be indoors. So it'll be in, I believe it'll be in the Belpre High School gymnasium, as it has been in prior years. Yeah.
And of course, more information will be shared about that from the high school soon.
Yeah, I think so. I think the senior breakfast should be coming up in the next few weeks, where they traditionally make those kind of announcements. Yeah. Other questions?
So we do have a question that you can speak to for us about our notification in our school system. So Belpre City Schools policy on notifying parents about lice in the classroom.
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. So there's been a lot of change recently in regards to the recommendations around lice. So the American Pediatric Association has released guidance that lice is a nuisance. And they view it through a nuisance-only lens. So, and there's new advice coming from us that we would violate confidentiality laws, and that we would overreact to what, again, the medical professionals tell us are a nuisance. So, lice are not fun. They are gross, to say it bluntly. But the Pediatric Association would say that it's a nuisance. And that's our policy. So I'm happy to have conversations with folks if they'd like to have more. I got 2 calls in the last week from families that I've talked to. But again, our policy is almost wholly based on what the American Pediatric Association has recommended that we do.
And we only have 2 questions at this point, so we'll give folks just a couple of minutes if they'd like to send a question in, or if they have anything that they'd like you to further discuss. And just a follow-up question about the lice policy that we have. This parent's saying that it's not a hazard, of course they recognize, but is there a way to let parents know without giving names? Is there a way to increase that notification without violating that confidentiality?
Yeah, so again, the way in our policy works right now is that we don't submit that type of broad notification. I am happy to bring back to the board this viewer's view on that, but it's just a balance between working in the classroom, confidentiality, and kids being in the room, and the way that the current policy threads that needle is what we do now.
We have a follow-up question to our graduation question from earlier as well. So since it's going to be inside, we know we've got limited space. Does that limit the amount of family members that can attend to watch their child or their family member graduate?
Yeah, it traditionally has. So I don't have any announcements to make tonight around the number of tickets that will be available to families. It varies from year to year, depending upon the size of the graduating class. And again, our sincere hope that in the future, once we have the track done and the construction complete, that the nice thing about being outdoors is that it mitigates the need for seating capacity. But yes, there will be a capacity. It will just depend on the number of graduates that are graduating, and we'll get that information out again at the senior breakfast.
At this point, we are out of questions.
All right. Any YouTube questions or anything? Okay. All right. Well, if there's something that's still on your mind, by all means, please send me an email. My email address is bc_jgreenlee@belpre.k12.oh. Feel free to call my office. Parents, you'll also be receiving a follow-up email tonight with a little bit more detail on some of the announcements today. But we are just excited to be heading into March and to be looking forward to the conclusion of our 2022-23 school year and looking forward to the future. So Belpre High School parents in particular, given the electives tonight, we would invite you to talk with your children. You'll get a copy of all of those electives and program descriptions, and have a conversation with them about what you'd like them to do and be exposed to as they plan their schedules for next year. So.
We do have one follow-up question.
Yes.
To that. Actually, do we have a calendar that we are releasing yet for next year? When will that be available?
Yeah, thank you. That was a great question. So yes, we do. We have a draft calendar. So families, there is a draft, a copy of that draft coming to you tonight. That email is set to go out about 8 o'clock. Please give us your feedback. The calendar is not going to be set until the board's next meeting in May. And so we would welcome that. I think I actually have a copy of it here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yes, I do. I appreciate this question so much because I intended to answer it. So hopefully folks are seeing this. I'm looking at is it up on the feed?
We're on a little bit of a delay, so.
Okay. But right now the current calendar is set for a first day for students on August 17th, with a last day for students on May 21st, with a spring break there the last week of March. So I will kind of hover over here on the most important dates for the year, but we are interested in your feedback. The board would like to hear any and all comments on this as it weighs its final product. I've heard some folks think it's starting too early, some folks think it's starting too late. So again, the board would like to hear your input on this. Please feel free to send us comments, and families, you should get a copy of that in your email tonight for your review. The board will meet the next time. I believe it's on March the 16th. March the 16th at 5 o'clock, where they'll make the final calendar proposal.
We do have a question about
Great.
repeating the first subject, and I believe they're referencing the very first piece that you talked about tonight. So perhaps the answer might be, are you going to post this information on our website for people to review your slides?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, happy to. Yeah, absolutely.
That
Yeah.
might help clear up any questions that anyone missed, or if they were able to join us.
Yeah, and we'll also make sure that we have the draft calendar available as well there on the Thrill Share, so you'll be able to see it right on the bottom. And on the off chance if you don't get an email, so that you can see it, and happy to post the slides. Yeah.
Okay, that's all for now.
Anything else? Okay. Well, many thanks to everybody in the room for being here tonight to put out the information, and hope everyone has a great end of the school year. Thank you.